York Liberty. The Fire looking to take two. The Liberty looking for a double story in the backcourt as well. 14 three-pointers, their lineup. Carla Late is scratched out with an injury. And a little bit of history. The WNBA on
display in the game on Tuesday. Bridget Carlton talked to JD about playing a little bit more defense as Potch gets the steal.
Points off turnovers. I mean, they forced the Liberty into 8 of their points. Portland's points came off of points off turnovers.
Well, you understand that New York's offense is going to run a little different with Sabrina Ionescu out, just in terms of the fluidity, the familiarity that they built as Pauline gets on the board and picks up right where she left off, but point guard out. And you got to live through some of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Carlton with 3 seconds on the shot clock. It's Geisel Suter and a shot clock violation. Portland couldn't get it off. Another look, Astier, not that time.
An Astier line. Portland's got to clean that up. They cannot give her too many looks as she's truly efficient from beyond the arc.
Astier had a career high 24 points Tuesday. Just off the mark for Smalls, but another opportunity. A little miscommunication, and Johannes will take it. Over to Jonquel Jones, and like maybe the easiest two that Jonquel Jones will get.
Well, it's soon started because she's just that lethal of a three-point shooter. That's today's age, right? Yeah. Run out, contest the three, and give up a layup because of the amount of shooters on the floor.
14 three-point makes for the first 3 games. Krista Marco has said it probably should be more. There's the lay-in for Angsler.
And New York switch, which means sometimes you're going to catch a point guard like Pauline on a post like Angsler.
Jonquel Jones off the mark. Ball is loose down. She's grasping that left ankle. So Portland is playing 5 with a right ankle injury listed on the injury report.
Right here, New York going zone to switch up the defense. Especially New York, with everyone being out with injuries.
And Smalls, you could tell she was in pain, kind of hobbling off there. Turnover here for Portland, back the other way. Here comes the Liberty. Brianna Stewart in and out.
Season just 1 for 11 on the season. And if she unlocks that, it is tough for the league to guard.
It's interesting, she shot career low numbers, not only from three-point territory. We saw her numbers there, and with the Storm, and you know that made her a separator, right? I mean, awfully special as Lainey Hamilton knocks down the distance shot. Shug Sutton making her season debut, with Portland all of a sudden a little bit depleted at the guard position, and Angsler will let you know it. The three-pointer foul.
And Angsler, we've seen what she could do. She played for the Mystics, played for Indiana. She's capable of knocking it down from beyond the arc. She's really worked on that part of her game.
Different role this year for Angsler as she's found herself as a regular starter here for Portland. Jonquel Jones. And we welcome everyone in who is watching Minnesota and Dallas. We've got the Liberty and the Portland Fire. This is the second time in 3 days that these two franchises have met each other. It has been nip and tuck here in the first few minutes. Tuesday, the Portland Fire won on a last-second shot to beat the...
Then you wanted to watch Tuesday's game. Both teams shooting 50-40, enough turnovers. Liberty turned the ball over, and let's see if they can correct that today.
Yeah, 18 turnovers in that game. It's Shug Sutton. And now for Portland, we got a foul call there on the loose ball. Carla Late was a late scratch with an ankle injury. Kamaya Small.
That they want to turn you over and capitalize on points off turnovers.
You saw the constraint-led approach. A lot is being made of that methodology. That it kind of emphasizes decision-making and game-like learning environments. I mean, just yesterday we saw his team shooting with no shoes on and just socks. So just some different ways to bowl so you can be comfortable when game time comes.
Well, he had me at hello when he said no shoot around all season. So I was signed up for that approach, whatever approach that is.
And JD, I don't know if I saw you shooting with just your socks on at shoot-around.
And I love the fact that he was able to pinpoint and using that blend of European culture and the American fundamentals to produce this efficiently incredible offense that we're seeing right here today. In terms of in Portland, he was even balanced in saying that he expects more to come, he expects those shooting averages to balance out, but what he wants to pin his hat on is culture. Culture and defense is really what the Portland Fire are going to be known for in this league. Now Lisa Q, Candace's English accent.
You got one?
I mean, I've been working on it together in London, isn't it? We'll see what he thinks about it. 2% from deep, so what a luxury to have two capable post players that can make threes. It just unlocks things in your offense.
I feel like I'm sitting next to. Go to wnba.com or visit the WNBA app. You know these players were watching you, right? As a tight post as you're describing.
You know what's insane is now players are saying back, I used to watch you growing up, and that is what really makes you feel. That's what got me sitting right here and forcing them into, you know, tough turnovers.
Well, on Tuesday, Breanna Stewart had 16 points, but she had to work for it. She got herself to the free throw line, yes, but 4 of 12 from the field. Megan Gustafson, what a spark off the bench.
Megan Gustafson, Aiken put a little English on that finish right there, finishing with her left hand.
Perfect 3 for 3. She's got a quick 6 points off the bench. The bench was huge also Tuesday for Portland. They won that.
A lot of meaningful basketball.
Stewart in and out. Shot it twice here in this first quarter. Shook Sutton, the third point guard Portland has used already in this season. And a foul call.
York isn't getting 3/4 around, which allows her to catch the ball.
What are we doing?
Alexandra Fowler, who was signed today in a developmental player contract, has checked in some early first quarter minutes. Played at Portland, some college ball at Portland, and she's getting some early minutes here for the Liberty. Van Loo with the missed shot. And the Fire on a 9-2 run. Here's Sutton. In her season debut, pulls and fires in and out. Rebecca Gardner with
for her speed and her attack, and it's great to see her healthy. I definitely think she's going to contribute off the bench for a deep New York team when they get healthy.
Only in her 4th year, 35-year-old. There's another turnover. Our position, Carlin Late out with an ankle injury. And Smalls twisted up that ankle in the first couple of minutes here of this game. An offensive foul call against Jonquel Jones. Her first.
Well, Coach Sarama.
To speed, but when you think about the talent that's on this Liberty team and you think about the talent that's still to return, so many question marks, but the ambitions are still clear. It's championship or nothing in New York.
Yeah, you know, and Ionescu will be reevaluated in about a week. Day-to-day for Satu's
team are coming back, which is a great way to start. And then adding Satu, who had one of her best seasons in her career last year with Phoenix.
I know the fans are bummed here as we got a jump ball in the Pacific.
Finn, especially at her size, and so being able to bring her back in free agency was a huge win for New York.
Geisel Suter up against a 6'11" player. That is tough.
2 points in the paint. Portland can spread the well from deep, but right there, Johannes, you knew it was good when it left. Doing a good job working the ball around and getting their posts some touches.
Johannes' first points, though. First 3-point make. She was held scoreless through the first quarter. And Breanna Stewart just 2 points. So there's 2 key players, 2 combined points in the first 10 minutes. Another opportunity. Haley Jones driving with that kick out against some paint touches. And it's Sarah Ashley Parker who drains it.
And the best time to generate a 3-point shot and being able to handle the zone, not on the first shot. It's hard to rebound out of the zone with New York, so Portland staying with it, getting a 3 out of the offensive rebound.
The Fire, we talked about it, they average about 31 3-point attempts. They make about...
have been forced to go zone to try to stop the fluidity of the Portland Fire offense.
Han Shu at the free throw line. This is a
And we saw what Han could do in preseason. You know, just at her size, being able to finish around the rim. I think that those are the expectations.
Tallest WNBA player here this year, stands at 6'11", 26 years old in her 4th year. Chasing it down once again. Barker, another offensive rebound. They have 4 of them here.
Points.
4 offensive rebounds. It could be worse.
New York out of their fluid offense and makes starting the offense higher up a lot harder.
Alex Sarama has talked about trying to do things a little bit differently as an
44 games this season.
Johannes with the mid rebound. Sarama had talked about just a clear definition offensively and defensively of what they wanted this style of play to look like. They drafted to that in the expansion draft, and Gustafson was a part of that. She's been a major part tonight, 4 for 4 from the field.
And I'm extremely impressed with the way that to start. It is hard to take on a team after an emotional win and beat them twice. As Stewie knocks down the 3, that is a good struggle coming in from beyond the arc, so that's good for Liberty offense.
About 7 minutes left to play. It's her first field goal. Her only points had come from the free throw line prior to that. Just her 2nd 3-point make here of the season. They got an offensive foul against Gustafson. Do you want to see her in different places trying to generate her offense than what you saw on Tuesday?
Well, Stewie's at her best when she's cutting, moving, separating from screens. She's really tough to guard. As Pauline knocks down the 3, and because of the gravity that she has, it opens up different opportunities for her teammates.
Astier now with 8 points, her 2nd 3-point make, and the Liberty with the takeaway. Jonquel Jones leading the break. Stewie launches, can't go back to back. It'll be Portland basketball. He's to my Forsberg, our crew chief, which said Mai listens to the players.
Mai is one of my favorite refs. Thought those 2 words would.
You know, funny things happen when you retire and you become a broadcaster. Stewart with the pass there to Jonquel Jones, a good high-low look.
The versatility of the Liberty. Post-to-post pass off of a screen and roll.
An 8-0 run here for the Liberty. Sutton with the miss. And Jones now bringing it across. On Carlton, Liberty taking it out from the sideline. Johannes Van Loo with 7 seconds on the shot clock drains the 3-pointer. And a timeout called by Sarama in Portland.
For a number of years, moved around the league, Australian. So it's just great to see this franchise back. The city was ready for it.
The kick out coming out of that timeout. Yeah, they just recently brought back some of those players, Jackie Stiles included, and with some of the frustrations with the folding of the franchise back then. Now as an expansion franchise, they get picked up their first win in 24 years, since 2002, just a couple of days ago. They work the ball around to Brianna Stewart, again off the mark. Do you like the looks that she's been
to continue to take the looks that Portland's given her? And really the difference in this game has been New York going zone. Portland became stagnant offensively to really get back and set their defense, which has had them play a lot of transition. And that's what the Liberty want to do right there.
So Hannes for 3-point. Now the leading scorer along with Carla Late, who's not available here for Portland, and Carlton still held scoreless here through the first half. Mentioned her 19.5. It's a really unique story through a couple of games. Never has averaged double figures in her career. There's the pressure from Portland, trying to turn over the Liberty. Gets this fan base fired up a little bit.
Right there, paved the way, which makes it difficult because you have players that aren't used to initiating the offense doing so.
Rebecca Allen is short. Now the Liberty started out shooting a little bit slowly from 3-point territory, down to like 33% here for the game. Brings it across. Geiselsuter, the kick out. Here's Potch, drives, penetrates, gets it, body bucket and one.
and Potch.
In the expansion draft, technically in the second round, won a championship in Australia.
Well, I must say, Australia and France are very well represented
In Germany.
in the WNBA and Germany.
Germany and France in particular with this game. Lainey Hamilton fires her three just off the mark. And a loose ball foul. A NBA moment signed today as a developmental player, only on Prime Video.
Yeah, you talk about being thrown to the fire, but that's how you coach DeMarco, what you're capable of contributing.
And a local favorite, played at the University of Portland, was the all-time leading scorer there. So she can put up some points. How about that move, Angsler? The up fake, high off the glass. Portland back on top.
And that's how you beat a zone through the middle and take an advantage. Angsler, high IQ.
Van Loo, a dangerous pass. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lainey Hamilton gives it back to Van Loo. The three-pointer falls. On the night. And 11 assists and all 11 buckets here for the Liberty in this first half. Angsler again to Potts.
The accountability that you and your teammates hold for each other now, especially you want to get this win.
Yeah, it's just about building, you know. It's early on in the season. There's a lot of things that we can do to grow and to learn, and we do that by being accountable.
Appreciate it, JJ. Couldn't second off.
Yeah, that's the New York story. There's a long pass for Stewart with the finish. You know, for the two scorers, Carla Late not available because of an ankle injury. She averages 19.5. And then you have Bridget Carlton, who averages 19.5, with 0 points in the first half. You're only trailing by 2.
Portland came out the gate hot, forcing turnovers, being able to run. But again, New York switching to this zone has caused a little bit of confusion and is taking players out of play makers and you have play finishers, and Portland right now has to find ways to balance the two.
In a small sort of way, it feels like a little bit of a win though for the Fire, right? When you've got your top two scorers who one is unavailable and one has 0 points in the first half, and you're still in this game. There's a block. Angsler had 3 of those on Tuesday, looking to finish it off. She can't.
And right there, Carlton hustling, being the first to the ball, but again, the ball as much as Portland needs to move, as you're seeing against man-to-man offense.
Smalls trying to direct traffic, and she finds a cutting Geisel Suter. Smalls and Carla Late. Astier leading the way with her 8 points in the first half for the Liberty. Astier driving, she's got that move down, that little right-handed reverse for 2.
And Astier, it says rookie, seasoned professional. She's been playing overseas for years, played for Czech in Prague this offseason, and leave it to her coach. Her coach said she improved.
Yeah, fans of the WNBA might just be starting to get, but across the world, the international scene knows her really, really well. On the French national team. Corner shot, Lainey Hamilton in and out.
And the crowd was yelling for a travel as Benijah tried to get behind the three-point line.
This crowd with women's basketball, the WNBA back, they've been itching to ask for a travel here in the summer. What a move for Smalls.
Which attacking a much bigger Jonquel Jones. I love the angle that these guards are attacking posts at.
Kamaya Smalls playing in just her second game. She was activated earlier this week. Astier for 3. She's in double figures now.
Bringing now is huge, but what she's able to bring off of the bench potentially when Sabrina gets healthy and when they are whole is going to change the dynamic of this team.
Angsler for 3. A 3 and a 3 answer. Angsler, a small sample size, shooting about 40% now. And Astier, the good hard take. Over in the Czech Republic, And when you lose someone like Sabrina Ionescu, that's a kickball, so take it out from the sideline. I mean,
that this is going to unlock more of her game as well. Being able to play more off the ball at times in this offense, more of like a shooting guard. I mean, her contributions are going to be huge.
With Leone Fibish trying to wrap things up in Spain as well, she's not available even here tonight. Think about, you talked about how tall maybe this starting lineup could be for the Liberty. There's Stewart with the turnaround, and that one sinks through.
And JJ doing a great job. He's turnaround on that follow-up. But again, the Liberty have the ability, once they're healthy, to play so many different ways. Big, small, offensive lineup, be able to bring in some defense.
Over the back call, the 12th turnover. Alex. Largest lead in this game had been 9 here for Portland. Got a whistle. Van Loo tried the wraparound pass, and a turnover here for the Liberty. 7 of them in the game.
Times they switch up to touch. Sometimes they're hedging and getting back.
There's Carlton, who's still at 0 points, pulls up. That's her first bucket. The leading scorer for Portland on the board with the play here in the 3rd quarter. Gardner for 3. 10 3-point makes now for the New York Liberty.
And Liberty over, which caused some confusion for Portland.
Work with. This is the beauty of having a Brianna Stewart or a Jonquel Jones on your team. They can rebound and initiate the offense. Here's Stewart off the one leg. Man, she makes everything look easy.
And right there, you cannot let Brianna Stewart cut, especially in that mid-range.
How can you defend that?
Right there, you got to make her cut behind and rely on your help side.
Liberty on a 9-2 run. Hesitation. Sutton pulls up in the paint. And another rebound for Stewie. 18 points, 4 rebounds for Brianna Stewart. Van Loo for 3. Well, she's fighting for some playing time. She signed a hardship contract with the Liberty at the beginning of May and playoff series. New York Liberty have been in Portland for about 5 days playing these 2 games. Sutton in the paint, coming out of that timeout, leaves it short. Gardner feeding the post to Stewart. Corners look, they work it around to Johannes, in and out. Her shot's coming from 3-point territory. And a 12-point advantage, largest lead of the game. Barker can't get it. And on Tuesday on this very end of the floor. Stewart chases it down, and Gustafson will send her to the free throw line.
Again, I keep speaking of the luxuries that New York has. A little dribble drop handoff by JJ to a 6'5" Brianna Stewart.
Cards kind of essentially, right, with this action.
And Gus is into the paint. It allows dribble penetration.
Responsibility to protect her legacy. That was a really powerful statement.
Well, coming from Golden State as Sutton gets the mid-range to go. Coming from Golden State, I mean, take note, right? Steph Curry is a huge part of that in their championship, in their culture setting, and so is Stewie. New York changed when Stewie said yes in free agency.
Gardner with a strong take. Stewart trying to poke it away. Sutton will pull up. And Church Sutton with another bucket. Sutton now a hefty dose. That was her 12th shot attempt. And like doing some line changes. 3 new subs coming in, 3 players coming out. Stewart quickly turns the corner for 2. And Brianna Stewart now up to 17 points. So Sooner, the handoff to Carlton. A quiet night for Bridget Carlton, who's been one of the offensive centerpieces. Gets her 2nd field goal and the foul.
big threes off the bench.
Well, 22 assists, too, on 24 field goals. We talked about it at halftime, over a 90% assist percentage, and just adding to it after that latest assisted field goal. Breanna Stewart now with 18 points, 60% from the field. Is Astier, Johannes. And the handoff to Johannes, that quick trigger, in and out. Has trouble knocking down the three-pointer here tonight. 1 for 6, a backdoor cut. What a game for Alexandra Fowler.
What a game for Fowler. Come home, probably has a number of family and friends in the stands as Carlton knocks down a 3. Yesterday. Unbelievable.
How about this? Fowler once again. Signed a develop. Sometimes as a coach, and maybe this is what Chris DeMarco felt, you get a hunch, right? A Portland kid playing in Portland. There's Potts for 3. Territory tonight, shooting under 30%. Stewart, Astier.
Great cut.
Carlton sees a seam, draws the foul against Fowler. That's her 4th. 6'2" Australian forward. And played 4 years at the University of Portland. Stewart getting wrapped up by a couple of fire defenders. Astier handling that pressure. Johannes. Stewart can't get it. Stewart once again. Stewart battling for it. Here comes Carlton. Astier knocks it away. There's Carlton air ball. Astier with the hesitation.
And those are subtle things that sometimes normal rookies coming in that have not played professional basketball for as long.
Fever. For more on these games, please go to wnba.com or visit the WNBA app.
Well, I can a game, both teams playing well early in the season.
The Dream jumping out with the trade acquisition of Angel Reese, undefeated in the first couple of games. Jones. Early in the WNBA season, backdoor cut for Astier.
Right there, your French backcourt. Comfortable.
It's like wee on that play. Gustafson, catch, shoots, hasn't missed yet. 5 for 5 from the field, 12 points off the bench.
It's definitely a plus in free agency is New York City.
The handoff to Johannes, and the two of them had just recently explored Times Square. She hadn't been there before. Astier, she loves it. 6 seconds as she tries, right side, can't get it. Sun pulls up in the lane, and free throw on Tuesday, and they're almost at those percentages again here tonight.
And the shots allowed the game to come to her, and she's done what she did, which unlocked others.
Stewart almost right at her average, averaging about 23 coming into tonight. Lainey Hamilton, yet another three-pointer. 13 of them for the Liberty.
Portland up, but when you put 2 on the ball, the Liberty have gotten comfortable finding the open player.
Carlton sinks the three-pointer, her second of the night, and she's back up to double figures. Tough pass for Allen to handle. Carlton comes up with it. Gustafson for 3. Her first miss. For that one, the opportunity arises.
And the fans feeling the effort, feeling the energy tonight.
Sutton comes up with it to Carlton, checks her feet, fires, can't hit. The ball finds Gustafson, and she'll go back to the free throw line. Well, the 2026
Chicago Bears fan, I cannot wait.
Wow, you must have been happy after last
Yes, we are going to build off of last year.
And a reach-in foul with 2 shots now coming in the bonus. To have on your team, 35 years old, she made her WNBA debut as a 31-year-old rookie.
There are different journeys and different paths that bring you to the WNBA. She played years overseas to become and still be contributing today.
Sutton drops it off to Jones for 2. 5 minutes to go in this one. The pressure still coming here from Portland. Stewart will take it. 22 points now for Brianna's
Player to find in transition if you want to finish.
It's almost like a guaranteed bucket. And more free throws here coming. Well, India Fowles is, I know, a player that you know well. Same draft class here, by the way. You #1 in 2008. And Sylvia.
Like Big Sil, because there was nobody that ducked across the lane like Sylvia Fowles.
In the game, now giving back to the game and becoming coaches. Like I said, with the new collective bargaining agreement, you'll see a former player on every single bench here this year. As Gardner hits the long range. 90 points now the Liberty have put up. Kind of flirting with their 100-point per game average here again tonight. Stewart with another rebound. Make it
In scoring in the WNBA as a result of pace, space, individual play, of course, but I think it's just a testament to can't take them home.
12 points in 14 minutes. You saw the difference in scoring on that graphic. Just 14 first quarter points, and it's been a different story for the Liberty since. Gotten their groove back offensively since that first quarter.
Yeah, well, the key was they started taking care of the ball. They switched to that zone, which allowed them to play more in transition.
Second personal, we got more free throws coming. Astier at the free throw line. As a pro herself, we talked about, you know, the experience of the Czech Republic and the French national team. But there's something about the way Ionescu goes of taking notes the last few weeks.
Yes, and what a benefit to have a point guard that has done it at the highest level, has won a championship, to mentor you and show you how to be a pro.
And Jones, a tough 2 to get. Penetrating amongst a ton of players there in the paint. Johannes not there. Anshu fighting for it.